Well, California's insurance commissioner has approved State Farm's emergency rate hikes, and that allows the nation's largest home and auto insurance company to raise rates from 15 to 38%, depending on the kind of property. And renters and condo owners will pay 15% more, homeowners 17%, and 38% for rental units. And the carrier took a big hit after the LA wildfires, suffering severe financial losses. And joining us now from Sacramento to discuss the rate hike decision is industry expert and insurance agency owner Carl Sussman. Carl, thank you for taking some time with us this morning.
Good morning. Thanks, Kevin.
So the rate hike approval, let's just get into it. What was your initial reaction when you heard?
Well, knew this was going to be coming. There was no question that State Farm is in dire financial position right now. They had actually asked for a 30% rate increase prior to the wildfires. So you can only imagine what their books were looking like after that. So having the administrative law judge go through the process, have all the documents put on the table, and go through and say, yeah, this is the opinion of this court that these numbers are justifying a rate increase. Of course, the Department of Insurance is going to follow suit and agree with that as well.
So then in this case, what happens next? How do they proceed with this?
Well, it's an interesting situation. It's not just the average rate increase. What's happening is effective June the 1st, these rates are going to be able to be raised on State Farm policies as they renew. So it doesn't happen on your June bill if you were State Farm. It happens as your policy renews after June the 1st. And what's happening next is there's a full hearing, the usual process that State Farm will have to go through sometime between now and October, where they're going to have to re-justify this rate increase again. If it turns out at that hearing, for some reason, they're not able to show whatever they showed the court this time, then State Farm has agreed to refund the money that they're taking now with interest to policyholders that pay between now or June 1st and that point in time.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff, this can get confusing, obviously, as you can think, for so many people are trying to keep up with this in a very difficult situation, right? So many people still dealing with loss. I want to have you listen to this statement here from State Farm. Here's what they had to say. They see right here, we remain focused on helping our customers recover from the wildfires. As of May 12th, we've already paid more than $3.5 billion and are handling more than 12,000, we'll call it almost 13,000 claims. Do you think other carriers will try and follow State Farm's lead to get higher rates? And you mentioned here, you were saying that even prior to the fires, State Farm was trying to, get higher rates. So is this something that other insurance carriers may try to do?
Well, State Farm has had some financial problems for probably close to a year now, and we've been seeing this type of information coming in from independent companies such as AM Best. That organization does nothing other than rate the financial solvency of insurance companies, and they've lowered State Farm from an A-rated to a B-rated carrier. That we don't see that happening with large companies. As far as what other companies might do, remember, this is not a rate increase that we would normally see. This is something, a very specific line in the insurance code where a carrier goes to the Department of Insurance and says, hey, we need this emergency speed. We need this right now. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to stay in business here at all. I don't think we're going to see carriers bring themselves to the verge of